everyone, this is The Last Raider. We are back with another video. And everyone has been talking about this character on screen. A character named Geo, the new High Republic, Into Darkness or some bullcrap. Let me get down here so I can find it. Where's the thing? High Republic Into the Dark. Is apparently the first appearance of this character. This is the level of talent coming from Star Wars right now. Pretty much we're gonna call a rock something impressive. Okay, this is also coming from the white-haired cat lady who gave the Vulcan hand sign on a Star Wars, who's working for Star Wars, but she gave the Vulcan hand sign to everybody. And I'm just like, oh, this is going to be some glorious trash. And it is hilarious. I haven't been able to find the video because Lucasfilm keeps taking it down for sheer shame. I mean, they are ashamed of the trash they are putting out. Now, everyone has been talking about this. I don't want to do a video. I didn't want to do a video like everyone else. I mean, everyone else has been talking because if you're a Legends fan, you know there's another character, another type of species that you can compare this rock to. Okay? And we're going to do it right now. So this is Geode. We're going to look at Geode for a moment. Let's see what planet this is. Homeworld is Vent. Probably supposed to be like Flint or something. Ventanian is supposed to be the species. Oh, and he's gendered. He's male. Well, that's interesting. Not very progressive of Star Wars at this point. For them to hire someone, very, very non-progressive in there. Very gendered kind of individual. Very bigoted. Affiliation, the Bind Guild. Who cares? This is what their Leox Gaius is supposed to say about him. He is a capricious nature, one of many moods and climes. This kind of rings of the pet rock thing used to back in, like, what was it, the 70s? They would sell pet rocks. People actually bought them. It was a get-rich-quick scheme. It technically worked for a while. Anyway, let's go in here and what the Wikipedia says, because this is canon now. Okay? Geode is a Vitanian male who acted as the navigator of the transport starship vessel. Mind you, I've seen the vessel, and whoever the artist was, I'm going to put this out there. It looks like they just took General Snoke's Mega Star Destroyer, as they call it, and just made a smaller Millennium Falcon version of it. Pretty much. It's the same shape, practically same design, just built on a smaller scale. It makes very little sense. That's the level. I can kind of let that go because, well, I mean, let's look at it right here. You've got Star Destroyers that look like the original Star Destroyers from the original trilogy. You've got still the same type of TIE fighters with a couple of magnets run around the sprockets coming out the side. You've got X-Wings that look the same. A Millennium Falcon with just a different radome dish. Same bull crap. That's basically a complete plagiarizing of Star Wars. And you're going to see that Geode is pretty much, we're still going down this same line. I know people are saying, oh, well, you're talking about them plagiarizing stuff, but that's like the progression of technology. No, you're going to see right here, this is just Star Wars. The people running Star Wars are just taking crap from Legends canon and just spitting out shitty versions of it. Okay? So anyway, he possesses the appearance of a tall, dark gray rock with a flinty and flaky surface. According to Leox Gaius, the pilot of the vessel, Geode's true name could only be pronounced by those without a mouth, which makes absolutely no sense if you've ever watched any of the Police Academy movies. So this is what passes for a talented idea at Star Wars these days. But why is this that I'm saying that this is them putting out a shittier version of other things? Because here, let me introduce you to Legends canon. Get past all that. And introduce you to the Shard. This is the name of a species of alien within Star Wars. Now, mind you, apparently the Geode can move around the ship by himself. He can move on his own power. He's gendered. We know what gender he is. Apparently he can understand English, and he can put this out there. And I guess Leon Gaix is going to translate for him in the book. I've not read the book. I have no intention of reading the book. But let's go on to the Shard. This is the Shard. Physical characteristics. Average height, 0.3 to 0.4 meters. No hair color, no eye color. The distinctions of this species is they are sentient crystals. Now, this is interesting. Here we go. Shards are a silicone-based species native to the planet Orax, who took the form of irregularly faceted cylindrical crystals, 30 to 40 centimeters in length. Faint pulses of light through signals propagating through their brains could be seen inside their bodies. Shards are immobile in their natural state, but could be installed in specially modified droids. Okay, this is where we get to the shittier version, and you get to see just how badly Lucasfilm's talent is failing right now. Because most of them are social justice warriors. What are social justice warriors supposed to defend? Oh, they're supposed to defend the minorities. Oh, they're supposed to be defenders of the weak and all this nonsense. They're supposed to bring unity to the world by going out there and giving the minority, the disabled, the gendered, the people that are not included in society, supposed to give them a voice. Well, here you have an alien species that needs a specially modified droid body in order to walk around. Pretty much, if you know anything about Star Wars, you know Luke Skywalker, Darth Maul, and Darth Vader, for instance, all have prosthetic, almost droid-like limbs. Darth Vader has a good portion of his body is replaced with droid parts. He's done this also in his own time. He's replaced portions of his body with droid parts. I think at one point in time he actually turned his right arm into a super battle droid's arm, which is metal as fuck. Luke Skywalker has a droid hand, which is designed to look. It's a highly advanced cybernetic prosthetic. Darth Maul got cut in half, and his lower body is prosthetics. This is putting droid parts onto your body to replace a limb or a damaged limb is kind of the equivalent of a person getting lame and being put in a wheelchair. Okay? You have an entire species that to galactic standards are born with the inability to move on their own, and thus they need a droid body to move. There is a reason for this, as we'll go on here. Shards on Orax lived in large clusters of crystals, which grew among the planet's many hot springs. These colonies consisted of hundreds or thousands of individual shards, each connected in a group hive mind via their natural electromagnetic communication abilities. This electromagnetic sense was the only one the shards possessed naturally, meaning they cannot see light, they cannot hear sounds, they cannot feel anything. They can only communicate through on an electromagnetic wavelength. Now, that's a major disability there. They are blind, tasteless, feelless, and deaf. All at once. They can only communicate and only recognize each other through electromagnetic pathways, and they have to stay in one spot. They're a sentient species. So you've got a species that's double disabled in Star Wars canon. Oh my God, But you've got the social justice version is a rock that can move around and communicate and can understand, apparently can also see what's going on. But these are even more This is more in the lines of social justice warriors. We've ticked off 2 boxes already. They're doubly disabled, okay? We're going to go oppression Olympics here. Just stay with me because this gets even better. Shards reproduced by growing new shards directly off an adult shard and could live for millennia before succumbing to natural erosion. All right, so we have 2 checks on the disabled box. We now have a check mark on the genderless box. You're talking about a creature that, according to Wikipedia right now, I'm not, in this particular page, I don't believe they have a gender assignment. There's no gender assignment. Mind you, I'm not an SJW here. I'm saying this purely from someone on the outside of SJW logic, who knows how they think, who knows what they say. Just saying, these are genderless crystals here. Why are you going for a gendered rock when you can get genderless crystals in Legends? Okay? And these crystals, when they get a droid body, they can decide if they want a feminine droid body, or if they want a male droid body, or if they want something in between. This is kind of funny right now, in my opinion. It's like we're checking off boxes here, and Geode's not fitting in any of the social justice categories, but the Shard are hitting lots of them. This is Legends canon. This is before social justice warriors were a thing. All right? Anyway, it talks about them being long-lived, unmoving species. They were patient, spending their time in slow contemplative thought. Political decisions were made by mutual consensus, okay, which sometimes took centuries to reach. In other words, they were fairly democratic. Everyone had to agree on the subject, and they were fairly peaceful. They didn't wage war with each other. It's an amazing species here. So, how do they do this? So, basically, we'll go on right here. Human colonists on Orax took a long time to discover that the shards were sentient. Didn't realize it. When they did, they developed translator units which allowed the crystalline aliens to translate their electromagnetic pulses into audible speech and vice versa. Meaning they had to be helped along in order to become part of the galaxy. Someone had to go in there, introduce to them technology. But here's where it gets interesting. Curious about other words, some shards volunteered to be detached from their colonies and attached to specially modified droids. The shards began to trade mineral rights for access to droids and computer technology, which their electromagnetic sense allowed them to understand instinctively. You have this group of aliens in Legends canon who have to be given a little bit of a leg up by caring, compassionate peoples of the galaxy, and they end up becoming. I think they actually end up becoming like a major superpower. But here's the interesting part. Okay, remember, we've been ticking off things. We've got doubly disabled. We don't have a gender, so I mean they're pretty much genderless. Here's the best part. We get over here to the Iron Knights category. Okay, we're at the Iron Knights now. Wikipedia might give me a fit. Yeah, I figured they would. Okay, we're going to keep going down here. Come on, get off my page. Can I remove? There we go. Sorry about that. So anyway, we now have the Iron Knights. Now, what are the Iron Knights? The Iron Knights were force-sensitive shards that trained under the Sunsei Jedi Master Aquinas. Like all shards, the Iron Knights required droid bodies to interact with the world, hence their name. In other words, we have disabled Jedi now. Okay? We have disabled Jedi that require extensive prosthetics. Disabled gender-neutral Jedi, or genderless Jedi, that require prosthetics to move around. Think about this. This is Legends canon. They use Juggernaut War Droids, Flitch Series Battle Droids, and Lushos Justice Droids as their hosts. Many Iron Knights took as their name that of lightsaber crystals, reflecting both their connection to the Force and their crystalline bodies. Now, here's where things get really interesting here. And for those of you that are Luke Skywalker fans, you're going to get so pissed because you're going to realize just how badly they have destroyed Luke Skywalker as a character. Listen up here. Their first major appearance in the galaxy was at the Arcan Revolution, where they assisted a team of Jedi sent by the Republic to end the conflict. The Jedi Council, however, was horrified that Aquinos had taught inorganic crystals about the Force and felt they could not truly understand the Force. Aquinos was excommunicated and the Iron Knights went with him. Many survived the Great Jedi Purge by hiding out on the planet Duim. Now, First Jedi Council, you could say were a little racist towards the Iron Knights. Okay? Think about this. We have double disabled, pretty much. They require droids and electronics to operate within the world. They're genderless, checking off boxes. And when they became Jedi Knights, the actual Jedi Council of the Old Republic basically excommunicated their master that taught them the Force and then didn't want them to be involved because they were inorganic beings. Apparently, you could even make the argument that the original Jedi Council might have been a little racist. Okay? And I'm saying this, I'm arguing this purely from an SJW point of view. Okay? As how I would see they would want. In my opinion, this would be something they would want more. As I said, Kathleen Kennedy and them are just taking stuff that's already been established in Star Wars and shitting out shittier versions of it. Okay? It's horrible. But here's where you get mad about Luke Skywalker. Listen. They were later discovered by a group of students from the new Jedi Order. Luke's order, mind you, who put together clues provided by Kilesa Ming. After hiding out for 70 years, the Iron Knights were keen to rejoin the galaxy and were accepted into the new Jedi Order without prejudice. In other words, Luke Skywalker's Jedi Order was so inclusive that when they met the Iron Knights, the original order was prejudiced to and excommunicated their leader and cast them out. Luke Skywalker said, "Oh, y'all are Jedi too. You'll just come on in. This is an all-inclusive Jedi Order." You look at how they treated Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. How he was made to be like a hopeless, angry old man. And you see this, where Luke Skywalker's Jedi Order was so inclusive that they basically gave it no second thought of what they brought in a group of crystalline Jedi Knights who were genderless. This is how crazy this is. They were genderless, they're disabled, and not only that, they're not even the same type of species. They're a non-biological life form. Inorganic. And Luke's order said, just come on in. So inclusive was Legends canon. Race was rarely even thought about except to show evil people. That was it. This is Legends canon right here. Okay? Why Kathleen Kennedy dropped all this and wants to erase it, I don't know. Maybe to create her own shittier version of Star Wars that's going to crash and burn the ground. She's probably one of these psycho people that just enjoys destroying things. It even says here the Iron Knights were on the front lines against the Yusavong or the Yuzang Vong and fought on the planets Asaran Yuth against the Red Knights of Life and reportedly even saved Killington's moon. Also, when Hawk's station was destroyed, one Iron Knight, Luxem, was driven to the dark side. They are... You have a rock. You have Legends rock species, which are badass as fuck. And overcoming prejudices, disabilities, coming into the galaxy as a genderless society, pretty much, at least according to Wikipedia. That we're not seeing a difference in... we're not seeing Wikipedia say anything about them having a gender. It says on there that they just grow new crystals off themselves when they're ready to reproduce. And honestly, that seems like how it would work. How does a crystal reproduce with another crystal? It's not like they're going to screw around. Versus Kathleen Kennedy's slab of concrete here, called Geode, who's a dude, who doesn't have any disabilities whatsoever as far as we know, other than he can't really speak, other than I think we can't hear, I don't know if he can even speak in the book. I've not read the book, so I'm not going to make a decision on that. But as far as we know, he can see, he can hear, he's a he has no disabilities whatsoever, he's not overcoming anything. Whereas the Shard, we're in Legends canon. The thing is, this is safe. Legends canon would be a lot more difficult to put out there today. And just coming from a SJW point of view, okay, this is me arguing it from an SJW point of view. The Shard looks like they would be the character that the SJWs would want back in Legends canon, but Geode is the character that they're going to get in the new canon. Ironic, as Palpatine would say. Anyway, folks, tell me what you think in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you think the Legends canon is far superior to that of the current canon? Tell me what you think in the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this different take on the lack of creative talent over at Lucasfilm with this character. And as always, be safe, stay frosty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.